tú tienes un regalo. Tú tienes un regalo para pintar, un regalo. Gift. ¿Cómo se dice en español?
Regalo.
Regalo. Tú tienes un regalo para regalo es como un gift. Talent.
Talento.
Pero en inglés se dice, sí, tú tienes un talento. ¿Tú pintas esta?
Sí.
Sí, ¿tienes todo?
Eso yo no lo hice, pero o sea, también lo hago. Sí.
Wow.
Hago diferentes técnicas, rotulación, graffiti, trabajo acuarela.
Ok, gracias.
Ah, muchas gracias.
No pasa nada.
Ok, gracias. Gracias.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to our channel, Why Not Now? I'm Steven, this is my beautiful wife Lisa Marie. And today's video, as you noticed, there's no B-roll, there's no music playing and things like that. It's something that
Straight talk,
yeah, that we've been noticing more so because we're YouTubers. We've been noticing a lot of things, and it's something that we like to address. We just like to talk about, right? I've been seeing a lot of videos and stuff talking about luxury living and all these expensive things, and it's kind of like people are exploiting the city for their own gain, right? And actually that's not everyone down here, because you know our channel, we're just gonna let you know up front right now, our channel is all about affordability, affordable living. We're trying to inspire people to let them know that you can come down here and you can live for a fraction of the cost. And this city that we reside in, Santiago de Queretaro, of course, is an upper middle class city, right? And honestly, like grocery and certain things like that, it's very comparable to the United States, the cost of things over there. But you can get away with electricity, gas, and certain utilities like that, and a little bit of a housing, right? So that's the plus.
especially if you're coming, you know, with a different currency, right? Let's be honest. Let's be real here. There are people here that are living in poverty. In Mexico, there are people who are living in poverty in the United States. I know a lot of people think that the United States, it's just everything is so amazing. It is not.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
you know, we've lived in many different areas. We've seen it. We know that there are people. Yes, do the jobs pay more? Are the jobs more abundant in comparison to maybe in certain countries in Europe that put a cap on how much you can make? Absolutely. Is the pay higher than in parts of Central America? Yes, absolutely. Minimum wage is higher. Yes, but the cost of living is higher in the U.S. So poverty is everywhere on different levels. But what we really want to address is kind of, we're trying to find, we're here, we're freestyling here, guys.
Yeah. We know it's a sensitive topic.
We know it's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
We haven't prepped anything. We just are going to kind of go with the flow and share our thoughts. As husband said, okay, you guys who've been with us from the beginning, you already know we need to have shirts that say my wife, my husband, because that's how we talk, okay? I literally call him husband, he'll call me wifey.
Yeah, that's
how we get down, okay? So we just want to pretty much say, you know, for those of you who have been with us from day one, you know we moved here last year. Okay, we're residents here in beautiful Querétaro, Mexico. We would like to continue living here. This is our home. We are not vacationers here.
Yeah.
Okay, I know a lot of people who watch maybe one of our videos, they'll make a comment and they don't realize, no, we live here. This is our home.
It's our home base. Yeah.
Okay, our home base. And we notice that when the word about a particular area, like anywhere, gets out, people have a tendency to jump on the bandwagon, and whether they do it intentionally or not intentionally, they go down the path of not sharing the beauty of something, but it becomes to the point where it crosses the line into exploitation.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to address. We want to address the fact that, you know, we are saddened, we are concerned, and we are kind of angry to see a lot of people coming down here to Querétaro. I know it's been going on in other cities. I'm not going to talk about the other cities like Mérida, Mexico, and other cities, or other cities where it's happened many, many years ago, San Miguel de Allende,
Monterrey,
okay, where it's already been exploited, and the authenticity of that city is either dwindling or it's completely gone. And some people are fine with that. We believe, as foreigners, we come to Mexico to live. Okay, it is not our country. We are grateful to be here. We believe it is our responsibility to try to learn Spanish, even if we sound like fools. And as long as we try, we get out there and we talk. When we go around, we don't ask people, do you speak English?
Nope.
We try to speak in Spanish as best as possible. We whip out our phone, we try to do our translation, we try to integrate with the locals, we ask people how they feel, their opinion. We don't take our own personal upbringing in the United States and how things are done there, or the luxuries or the amenities that we're used to having there, and say, oh, we want to find it here because that's how it should be. No, we're in another country. You're in Mexico now. You need to adapt as a foreigner, whether you're from the US, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from Uruguay, Paraguay, wherever you're from. It doesn't matter. You're here in Mexico now, and your duties and your job, your responsibilities, and the right thing to do is to adapt to the culture, learn about the people, learn about the city, and just become an addition. Not come here and try to change the country, try to change the city to make it more comfortable for you and where you come from. That's what we don't agree with. We see a lot of YouTubers coming down here, and they are promoting now. Now Querétaro is a new thing. I don't know what happened, guys. Querétaro is a new thing. They're all on Querétaro now, and they're all. You have to understand, guys. When it comes to YouTube, the majority of YouTubers, they all know each other. Okay. Now there are some people like us, for example, that we don't collaborate. We don't just link up with people for the purpose of trying to get for our personal gain. We do the videos to the best of our ability, being our true selves, our flawed selves. No one is perfect here. We're our flawed selves. We try to share the truth with you, share our personal stories, and tell you why we moved here, inspire other people like us that want to come here and live in Mexico, that feel not because you want to come here. And I'm not saying, guys, everybody wants to live the good life, right? We all want to be comfortable. I get it. But when you come here with the mentality of, oh, I couldn't afford, a $4,000 house in, the States, I'm going to come here and I'm going to live at the top of my budget. All you're really doing, guys, if you want to do that on the low, keep it to yourself and be smart and negotiate with the real estate agent you're dealing with the people you're talking to, because all you're going to do is you're going to create a problem for the foreigners who are living here, that are trying to live simply, that are coming here for an affordable life, that are coming here because they want to learn about the culture, because they love the country, they love the people, or most importantly, for the locals, for the Mexican people who live here. They are tired of seeing the prices get inflated because people are promoting this area as luxury.
We've talked to the locals. We are friends with a lot of locals, and they tell us a lot of stories. They tell us, like when we talk to the Uber drivers or things like that, they
not on the video, guys, that we had recently. We are always talking to people.
No, we're always talking to people. We're friends with people. People invite us to their homes and all type of things. Like, we're talking about locals, people from Mexico, and they tell us about how they're not really, their perception of how they're, and I know this isn't everyone. Like I said, this is a sensitive topic.
Because we're from the United States and we're not like that. But let's talk about stereotypes. Let's be real here.
They hit us with as people would say, like a gringo tax or whatever, right? And they know, sorry guys,
we got a lot of mosquitoes out here.
Stuff going on. But yeah, they hit you with a gringo tax. They hit you with a tax. They know you are a foreigner, and they see that you're not trying to speak the language, and they have the idea that, oh, you have tons of money. You come from the United States.
It's a stereotype.
So they're not going to pay attention to things. So we're going to double charge. We're going to charge them for this and charge them for that. When we talk to the locals and we see what the locals are paying, we see what the locals are doing, they're getting over, and it's to the point of that's
what
what
ends up happening. The people that come here, they're paying the double. They're like, oh, know it's a big deal because
They're used to it.
it's way cheaper than in the U.S. In the U.S. we would have been paying. You're not in the U.S.
Yeah.
You're in Mexico.
Yeah.
That's what you need to remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're over here in Mexico, and it's a beautiful country. We love it here. We love the city that we reside in, man. It's so beautiful, peaceful. We're sitting in the park right now, and it just comes to the point where we don't want to ruin that. If there was a guy actually commented on our page, he was saying how the integrity of the city of Santiago de Querétaro is becoming ruined because of inflation of things. And how
he
things
moved
going
away
on.
from the
He
city.
moved
He
away
said it
from the
became
city.
too Americanized. And you know what? He just commented on one of our, I think it was our Central Sur video, I
about
believe.
how he prefers to live in a town where it's the authentic Mexico type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because it used to be much cheaper. Now it has become more expensive. And granted, you know, for us, we're like, okay, it's very affordable, and we want to share that with you guys. But you guys know, the people who read our comments, people who have been watching our videos from day one. Don't just watch 1 or 2 videos and think you know what we're about, and just presume right away that we're like every other YouTuber, Americans that come down here and we want to live this luxury life. Absolutely not. And we're gonna be real and tell you guys, we may lose some people from making this video, and that's okay, because honestly, I'd rather be truthful. I'd rather be who I am and lose people and be real and inspire people who really want to move here, because I'm gonna rattle this off is because I've heard different stories, whether people approach us in the street, people have emailed us, people have, you know, come here to visit and asked us to meet up with them for some help, people in our comments, you know, we have spoken to them, and we, you know, people who have spouses that have cancer, that are ill, who have spouses that have died, and they're young, maybe they're middle-aged, maybe they're like us, who maybe, you know, were so stressed out in the United States because of the go lifestyle, never get ahead, that they want a simpler life. They want to come here, and whether they take their savings and try and start a new life and eventually, you know, become part of Mexico, maybe working online and living much simply. You know, there are so many different stories that we can share with you. Those are the people that that's our audience. That's our target audience. If you're looking for things like luxury living or seeing all the glitz and glam, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys,
Not us.
you are not gonna like our channel, because although we will eventually travel, we will show you nice things, we will enjoy things, we do all those things, we will never, and I'm gonna say never, I'm gonna be very direct, we're never gonna sell our soul, okay, for YouTube or for anyone. We'll never do that. So, you know, people, you know, when we bring this up, everybody gets touchy, you know, oh, well, you know, you guys are YouTubers, you're showing, yes, we are, but we live here, and we're not, our whole content isn't based on showing you luxury eating in restaurants, luxury lifestyle, luxury homes, and trying to capitalize and trying to exploit for their own personal gain. We don't do that. We don't operate like that.
No. And yeah, we just straight up who we are, you know, and people who have approached us in the street, they tell us that we come off as that, and when they talk to us and they know that we're genuine, we get the shirt off our back. And just like I would like to say, when we were talking about poverty, my wife's talking about poverty over here, right? There's a lot of poverty over here. There's a lot of homelessness over here in this city. There's a lot of people coming from Guatemala, people coming from El Salvador. There's trains, they ride trains.
We've met many people.
We see it with our own eyes. We've met people. My wife, just like a month ago, went out and emptied out the refrigerator and gave it to a family, because this guy, he was from Guatemala, he had 3 children, him and his wife, 3 children, and they were just up here for 3 months.
We don't show you these things because we feel
no point.
You don't put a camera in front of someone's face who's suffering like that and then use it for your personal gain and show, look what I'm doing. You do that privately.
Yeah.
And we were walking, you know, as we like to try to, as much as possible, we will Uber places, but if we can walk and we're feeling okay and it's not too hot, we will walk. If we have to walk 40 minutes to the supermarket and carry it back, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And we were walking, and as we passed by, we saw family, and we already know, we've told other people, you can't help everybody, because guess what, then you won't have anything. But there are times when something speaks to your heart and you know something tells you you need to act on something, and we've had those moments many times, and this is just one example. We were coming passing them from the supermarket, and my husband said, gosh, you know, I see the husband in the street, and he's like, you know, kind of like just putting his hat out there to get money, asking for money. He had like 3 kids, from like infant age up to like, I want to say 8 or something,
8
7.
or 9,
And
not to cut you off, but it spoke to me because as a man, when you're a man and you're begging for money and you're out there doing things trying to help provide for your family, that's something like, as a man, for me, for what I'm used to seeing from my father or whatever, pride. Like, yeah, we have that pride. So like, for us to get in the street and to beg, and I can tell he was a genuine.
They were filthy.
Yeah, he was
filthy
a
clothes.
Genuine person. Like, he really was needing help.
It was like 90-something degrees that day.
We went to the store. We came back through. We actually
were still there 2 hours later.
We had given him some money, and then my wife, she had given him like a watermelon and stuff like that. And then she said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the house real quick. So we ran to the house.
We didn't tell them that. We just went. We went back to our house, and I thought to myself, okay, well, what would be the best thing to have on the street? You know, if you're living, something that's non-perishable, things that you can eat right away. We gave them bags of avocados, tacos, canned
water,
beans that you can open without a can opener.
Yeah.
Juice for the kids, multiple bags of
for
chips,
the kids,
cookies,
for the kids, yeah. Like tortillas.
Oh, pastries, pan dulce.
Yeah, we gave them everything.
Ice water, big bottles of frozen water. Whatever we could. We had like at least 2 big bags. We walked back.
Yeah.
And we gave it to them, and they were appreciative of that. But we know that doesn't solve the problem. We know that.
It doesn't. But they're coming up through Mexico, right?
We actually asked him where he was from.
And we had a conversation with him, and he was very thankful, very grateful. He was bowing to us.
And we didn't. I felt so bad.
And my wife was like, no, don't bow. Like, stand up. Like, just stand up and talk. But he was bowing. He was so grateful. He was saying he's from Guatemala. And I know you guys think I don't know Spanish, but trust me, I know some Spanish.
He knows enough.
I know enough.
He understands.
Yeah, I know enough Spanish. You just see my wife speak it because she's more fluent than I am in it. But yeah, that's just one of many stories. We actually seen a girl one time, and this was hard to see.
A few weeks ago. Her
foot was cut off, and she had it wrapped up in bandages and stuff like that, and she was dirty, going around begging for water. Like, she was just so thirsty, It was nothing we could do at the point in time because we were inside the car in the Uber heading out, but she was just going around asking people for water and stuff. And I just know I've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen people on top of trains. We've seen people riding the trains to go where they go. There's like these
cargo trains, and we've seen people like sitting on top of the trains. So sometimes I think they jump off the railroad and they may get injured when they come off, coming from like other parts of Central America. They stay here for a number of months trying to get to either further north or like to the United States.
They're just trying to find somewhere better. That brings us back to the topic, right? United States, we come to Mexico, right, to make our money stretch. None of these people out here showing you this luxury living. They cannot afford that luxury living. Trust me. Because they wouldn't be living in Mexico. They wouldn't be going to Venezuela, Colombia, Philippines. Yeah, you can live luxury anywhere, right? They don't have their money. So it's all trickery to me, where they're just trying to show you these things. Nobody has the Floyd Mayweather, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos type of money like that. You're coming down here. Hold on a second, guys. Ambulance going by. But yes, you're coming down to Mexico to stretch your money out, and that's perfectly fine, and that's what our channel's about. We don't knock anybody showing that, but we just wanted to set the boundary, like just let it be known that that's not our channel. Our channel is going to be just raw. We're going to show you everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've heard us say that before, and you heard me say hashtag live like a local. And I know there's tons of people that makes content. Hey, my hats off to you for making content. It's hard to get in front of a camera and make content and put it on there, so I respect you for that. But then I just don't respect certain things. Hold on, guys, it's coming back through again. Real quick. All right, but yeah, I just don't respect the kind of content that you put out because it's trickery. Because
deceiving.
Yeah, it's very deceiving, and you're just doing it for, I don't know, for views,
for the gain, for subscribers and all of that.
Yeah, and trust us, guys, we're not angry about this at all. It's just something that's on our chest. And if you know me, and just like if you know my wife, those in the United States that know us, hello, hey, how you guys doing? You know that we're true to who we are. And if it's something that's bothering us, we're gonna speak up about it. If we see something that's needed to be righted, like something's going on, somebody doing something wrong to somebody, or something's going on, we're gonna speak about it. We're gonna talk about it because we're normally real chill, real relaxed. So
you had that analogy. My husband actually.
Oh yes.
He watched. We love watching documentaries. Mm-hmm. We're big on documentaries, and we watched a documentary recently. I'll let my husband mention. I watched. And also the analogy that from the other YouTubers.
I watched two or three. I watched 2 or 3. One of them was in Tulum.
We should link that documentary.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna link that documentary.
It was a documentary
in the description,
by
guys.
Vice, right? Vice News. They made a documentary about it in Tulum. Tulum used to be a fishing city, and it was a quiet city. And
a little town, actually.
You guys know the Mayan ruins. Yeah, the fishing town, the Mayan ruins, the history, the cenotes, and everything's there. But they're saying these Instagrammers and YouTubers coming there exploiting it, right? And the locals are upset with it. They're fed up with it because it's destroying the cenotes. It's like they say, like drugs and all type of chemicals and just harsh things going on inside the cenotes.
Selfie sticks.
On type of, yeah, they say they're finding GoPros and selfie sticks, but they're exploiting it, making it like this, and this. But people are coming there not respecting the thing.
It's
and
like,
that's the
it's
whole
like, guys,
point.
Simple. It's like if I go to my house and I use the bathroom, guys, I just dropped my phone. If I go to my house and I use the bathroom and I go ahead and make sure the toilet paper is in the bin and my hands are clean, but then if I come to your house and I go ahead and take a number 2 in your house and I leave it all dirty and nasty and I throw the toilet paper on the floor and I walk out because it's not my house, what do I care?
Yeah, it's disrespectful. So that's pretty much what the locals were saying, that they're tired of being disrespected from people coming there, making it like, oh, it's so great, and taking pictures, which Tulum is very beautiful. Like, I haven't gone, but that was one place I wanted to go for the simple fact of the history of the Mayan ruins and all that's going on there, because I'm big on that. And they were just saying how it's becoming a problem.
This happened even in Italy too, when they went to, was it Venice?
Venice, yep, when they're all in Venice. Yep.
Guys, people were having sex in the street. People lived there.
Yeah, things were going on down there.
People were having in the street. I'll omit it. We might have to cut that because people were doing.
Yeah, and the locals weren't big fans of it. They were posting up signs saying, respect this and don't be urinate in the streets and don't be doing this, like,
and having inappropriate types of
this is a vacation. Yeah, this is a vacation for you guys, but this is our home. So that's how we feel about Santiago de Queretaro over here in Mexico, right? This is our home, and it's a home to a lot of other individuals around here that are really trying to live, that are really trying to live here and enjoy it. And the other documentary, well, it actually wasn't a documentary, it's a YouTuber, right? He was in San Miguel de Allende. He said it's a beautiful city, which we know it's a beautiful city.
And we want to see it eventually.
We want to see it, we're going to see it. But he said, he gave this analogy about sparrows, right? He was saying how sparrows were these cute little birds that everybody was fond of. I think they came from China or somewhere like that, right? But how they became pests, because how they came and they started reproducing and they became pests and they started ruining an area. And he was giving that analogy, saying that's how it is. He said there's too many foreigners.
It wasn't meant for to get to the point of where they took over and they changed the environment.
They changed the environment, exactly. Completely. Too many foreigners. And we actually met a couple, right, that went there. We're not saying any names. We don't give all their business out, but they went there and they did not like it.
We told them, we warned them, we said it's going to be beautiful, but guys, it's going to be not even feel like Mexico, because it's going to be nothing but people from the United States.
Yeah, everybody,
Canada. And when they came back, they were like, you guys, it was beautiful, but we will not live there. We don't like it.
They said Querétaro is on their heart, and I get it. And I'm just hoping that.
And they're actually moving here soon.
Yeah, they're coming here soon. Hey guys, how's it going?
Right, we're leaving you guys incognito. You're from the South. We're just gonna wink in the South.
Yeah, but yeah. So he was just giving it down, and he said he walked up the hill into the local area, and that's like how we are. We'd like to be around the locals. We want to be around the locals. We want to talk and embrace and be around in the culture, right? He said it was totally different. Nobody was up there speaking English or anything, and he was just saying he felt better up there.
They weren't speaking. Oh, yeah, because they were speaking on Spanish.
Yeah, they're speaking on Spanish. There was one guy, he said, that knew how to speak English because he watched a lot of John Wayne video movies or something like that. But yeah, he just gave a breakdown, like it came and just ruined the integrity of the city. Like it wasn't even like you were in Mexico no more.
That happened even when we were living in the States. We experienced this even in the United States when we were living. We've lived in many different states. I'm originally from New York, okay, from the 5 boroughs, okay, Queens and Brooklyn, and my husband is originally from Atlanta, Georgia, okay, and we can tell you we've lived in Atlanta, Georgia, we've lived in Indianapolis, we've lived in Boise, Idaho, we've lived in Lexington, Kentucky, and we can tell you we saw this happening where people could not afford the rent anymore because people go somewhere and then they just start making it like it's the best thing in the world, pumping it up and making it about luxury instead of sharing it. Share it, talk about its beauty. but remind people, don't come here with that mentality.
Yeah.
Don't come here with this luxury mentality. Come here with the mentality of you want a better life, but humble yourself. Be humble.
And that's what it's all about, guys. Humbling yourself. This is just a video. It's something we want to talk about. Me being me, of course, I censored my mouth because I was feeling like, I really want to say certain things, but I pretty much spoke.
If you guys wonder, we've actually made these comments on. We've actually addressed some of the YouTubers and how we felt in a very polite way. In a polite way. We now you hear more passion, guys, because we're passionate about it, and we're just sitting down like as if you guys were friends at a table and we were having a glass of wine or eating some burgers and just talking, like venting, But we politely addressed it, and we kind of got.
They weren't fond of what we were saying, and that just, to me, that just speaks of their character,
Mm-hmm. And all I said was, I hope that the area remains with its authenticity, remains, pretty much like stays true to its authenticity. That I don't mind expats coming over. We're expats, It's not like we're saying don't come. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't want you guys to come.
We want you to
come with the right mindset, guys. Don't come here trying to make it a little America, a little United States. It's come here and embrace.
Respect the locals.
The Mexican people. Respect Mexico, and do your best to integrate, because you're being welcomed into their country. How would you feel if that was happening to you in your country, and then you couldn't afford to live? You wouldn't like that. So.
And guys, we probably could talk on and on and on, but we kind of got off our chest, right? A little bit of how we felt.
Yeah, and I'm sure, hey, we're prepared. They're gonna be some people that have some nasty comments. That's okay.
Yeah.
The point is, at least with this video, you'll know, hey, these guys, this channel is for us or it's not for us.
Yep.
If you're those guys looking for that kind of lifestyle,
that's the beauty of YouTube too.
Blessings to you. That's your choice. But we had to be real and true and draw our line in the sand, because you guys have to understand, doing this right here, when we walk around with a camera, we're automatically stereotyped to be one of those people, and we're not. And we just it makes us cringe. We hate that. But we know, because we're foreigners and because we're YouTubers, we automatically get stereotyped. And sometimes most people are very loving and kind to us, but sometimes we get dirty looks because I think they think that we're like that, and we're not.
Yeah, they put everybody in a box, and that's not us. And we go around, we show you beautiful things, we show you everything.
But we also tell you, don't come here, negotiate your prices. Negotiate so the prices don't go up for the locals and for other foreigners trying to live here, guys.
Because people going around too, I'm sorry to cut you off, and they get with these real estate agents or whatever that specializes in helping out.
Supposedly specialized.
Yeah, we have a story for that one.
We had a personal, we won't say any names, but we had a personal experience with a real estate agent that's being highly promoted now for the purpose of personal gain, so that they can get views, and and this real estate agent, she was nasty, she was horrendous, she was horrible. Let me just quickly fill you in. When we first moved here, we went onto the expat forum, Queretaro expat forum. You guys have heard me refer you guys there as well, because you can get other resources from other people who are foreigners. And there's one particular real estate agent on there that a lot of people recommend. And it may seem like she's amazing because of all the recommendations.
All right, guys, we're back. It's such a hot topic. The camera just burned up on it. It just blew up. But yeah, my wife was talking about that.
So the agent, we gave her the budget. Okay, she gave us one apartment house to look at. It wasn't the best. There was a guy that kind of acted as a superintendent there. The real estate agent that we met for first of all wasn't her. She sent somebody else, a colleague, who was very sweet.
Yeah.
The guy who was a superintendent working for the people who owned the house, who was renting it, was a complete douche. Okay, so we realized right away, based on what he was saying, how he was acting and certain things. I'm like, this is not. I don't have a good vibe here. Let's thank them for their time and go about our way.
And also, we weren't a fan of the place. No, just the one.
We weren't a fan. There was some things that needed, work or whatever. And then his attitude we're okay with the work, but you can tell when someone's going to give you a hard time and not fix things. So it was like, no, bad vibe. So after that, Okay, we let her know it didn't work out. I know she had recommended some other place, and then all of a sudden she told us, yeah, it's available, just came on the market. Then all of a sudden she was like, oh, it's not available anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
It's gone.
I was suspicious about it. Okay, because it was pretty affordable. It was a little bit over the 10,000 mark, and I'm like, oh, perfect, it'll work out for us, whatever. And somebody else had it. Okay, I believe somebody else was willing to pay more. I'm just gonna say it like that. Now, after that happened, we were ready to, to go ahead, and we hadn't met her. Again, she had never called us, just a couple of text messages. She sent her colleague out there to meet us at one place. After that one time, we told her it didn't work out. We're like, okay, if you have other places, we're ready to go. I texted her back late that evening, and when we had gotten back, she came back. I thought maybe she was confusing me with somebody else that she was like maybe doing a bunch of work for. And don't make me, I'm not gonna go there. I got the text messages saved, so you know who you are. And she said to me, I'm very tired right now. I don't have time, I can't deal with this right now.
Why did she do that?
I thought to myself, am I her boyfriend or husband? Did I like tick her off? Like, is she confusing me for somebody that she lives with? I don't know. But I'm like, this is very strange. So I said to her, okay. At that point, I said to her, I had to give her a piece of my mind. I texted her back and I said, such and such, I've never met you. I haven't spoken to you. We had a couple of text messages. You recommended one place. It didn't work out. And then you get upset because I don't take the one place that you recommended that I go see, and you don't even show up there to meet us in the first place. And then you get an attitude because that one place didn't work out, and then you tell me you're overwhelmed, you're too tired, you don't have time for this right now. I told her, I said, I think the real problem is that you're taking on too much work, and maybe you need to reevaluate how much work you should take on, because if you don't have time for me and this is stressful for us to find a place, we're not the people for you.
Yeah.
And I let it go. Then she texts back later and she apologized through my husband.
She texted me. Yeah,
she texted his number, not my number, and she just said she apologized for her, but we never heard from her again. And I don't care because we found our own places anyway.
Yeah.
But now, with this individual, if you're willing to spend good money, you will be treated very nice.
She's the one for you.
If you want to spend, 15,000 pesos and on up per month, she'll probably treat you very, very nice. But if you're a regular person and you're trying to live on a budget,
trying to live on the same.
Guess what? She does not have the time for you. So just wanted to go ahead and let you guys put that out there. If she sees that she's going to get something off of you, like maybe she'll get promoted or she'll get more money, she'll be nice to you, sure. But just be wise and be aware that some people promote things for their own benefit, for their own personal gain, and there are people that are like us that whether if we really like something, if we really want to promote it, we're going to tell you truthfully, in our experience it was very good, and if it wasn't, we're going to say it wasn't good. We're not, regardless, we're going to tell you the truth, and that's that pretty much.
Because I just want to throw this in. You don't have to come down here spending 17, 18, 20,000 pesos for a home or whatever. You can find an unfurnished home. You can find semi-furnished homes for a real reasonable price, guys. So I'm just letting you know that. Don't fall for the hype.
But if you choose to do that, do it. And just try to be as low key as possible. You don't want to promote that, because all that you're going to do is you're going to make it hard for everybody else living over here, because the real estate agents and other people who are going to profit off of that, they're not going to care. They're going to go ahead and be like, sure, yeah, let's keep hiking up the prices here. So just think about that, just be mindful. It's not all about you, it's about everybody, as a whole. And then we'll bring more crime as well, to an area, because it gets flooded with all kinds of stuff. So
Yep, that's pretty much what it is, guys. Like we said, we know it's a sensitive topic, but
we went on a rant. I went on a rant.
We're not trying to judge anyone or whatever. I guess you may say, oh, you're trying to judge anyone or you're hating on somebody. Come on, be real. We're of age. We're mature. You're mature. You know who you are. You don't do that. I don't want to. Let's not do that. We're always walking around. We've been living here. We live here since last year.
Oh, we're always out and about.
We're out and about everywhere, all the time. People see us all the time, so we're everywhere. And so we just really show you the real deal, what's going on in this city.
And we hope to continue to be a resource, an inspiration, a gateway, a way for other people who want to come and get out of that box, that U.S. mentality, or wherever you're from. Maybe you want to have a better life. Maybe you want to try something new, different culture, learn about different people. We want to continue to be a resource for you. We appreciate all the guys who support us. And we hope that, whoever's watching this, you can sit back and think, I want you to just sit back and try to be, you know, some degree impartial if you can, and think about it, you know, and take yourself out of it, and try to look at the bigger picture and understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, we're very passionate. We talk. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. Sorry, but we just wanted to share that with you guys. It was on our heart. We wanted to go ahead and put it out there. So, as always, let's get back to the good important stuff. Live the life that you were meant to live. Keep a grateful heart, even when it's hard, guys. And man, I'll tell you right now, I can't get into detail, but I can speak personally. It's been hard, not, you know, hard for us family-wise. We have personal situations going on, but we still continue to bring you guys content. We still continue to inspire, you know, and we just want to say, don't forget, most importantly,
remember, why not now? All right, guys, peace. And also, before you go, we plan on doing more videos like this where we really just gonna be straight up talking to you guys, saying it with our chest, you know. That's what it's gonna be, like Kevin Hart, right? But look for more of these videos. We're gonna just sit down with just raw talk videos.
Maybe we won't be as angry next time. No,
no, we're not angry at all. We're not angry at all. We just
kidding.
Yeah, we just calling it how we see it, you know.
We're passionate.
Yeah.
Big boy.
¿Qué pasó?